welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are on our way back from Albuquerque. We are on a road trip, and I thought it'd be really fun to give you guys a couple of tips on like traveling with a baby. This is our second road trip with a baby, so we've learned a couple of things through trial and error, and I just wanted to help you guys. And then we're also going to do a couple road trip car games that you guys can play to help you pass the time. Last month, I took a solo road trip with Bash. It was 6 hours to where we were going, and it was actually quite well. And then this time we went to Albuquerque. We're on our way back to Provo. It's normally like an 8.5 to 9 hour drive. It took us 11 hours last time. So these are definitely like not just like 2 hour road trips that we've been on and we're saying like, oh, we learned so much. No, these are like real hard experiences that we've had. First things first, I don't even know if you can see it, but have a mirror. That is huge, especially if you're traveling solo. It's a little bit easier when you have somebody traveling with you that can be checking on the baby and like look back at them. But when you're traveling by yourself, you need to have a mirror to be able to check on your baby, see if they're sleeping, see if they're awake, if their pacifier fell out, things like that. So have the mirror back there and have it so that you can see straight from your rear view mirror into that mirror and see the baby's face. The second tip, I think it's a little bit obvious, but make sure you have enough formula and bottles. And then also make sure to pack one extra bottle with you in case of delays, or if the trip just takes longer than you thought it would. For example, like we thought we would make it home in 10 hours or less with him on the way down to Albuquerque, but it ended up taking 11 hours, and so we were not prepared with a fourth bottle for Sebastian. And so as soon as we got in, we had to feed him. But if it had taken any longer, it just we would have had to pull over and grab things, and it just would have been really complicated. Along with that tip is tip 3, and it is to pre-prep your bottles. How we travel is before we leave, we put warm or hot water in all of the bottles that we're taking that is pre-measured out to however much he's eating, and then we just put it in the diaper bag so that if and when he gets hungry, because he obviously will, we can just pour the formula in and shake it up. If you're traveling with breast milk, I'm not breastfeeding anymore and I don't pump at all anymore, nothing like that, so we didn't bring any breast milk, but maybe just bring a frozen bag and let it thaw outside of a cooler, or bring a cooler, and then maybe at like a gas station get hot water. I just think having pre-prepped bottles is super convenient and super easy. I think the biggest name of the game as far as traveling with a baby is convenience, because it's just not an easy thing to travel with a baby. It's worth it, it's just not easy. We'll just say that. Tip 4 would be to have a couple of stimulating toys. I don't think that you should bring all the toys that you have at home and that your baby regularly plays with or your kids regularly play with in the car. I think it just makes it too chaotic and crazy. But I think that your baby especially needs a little bit of stimulation. When they're just looking out the back window, it's literally just blue skies right now. So there's not much to stimulate him right now. So when he wakes up, he gets very bored and very restless and cranky. So having, like, we have 3 toys that we're traveling with, and they're all kind of teething things because he's in that stage where he just wants everything in his mouth right now. And so we'll just kind of rotate through those. So they just provide enough like stimulation for him and stuff so that he is getting like active awake time and keeping his schedule that we've kind of set for him when we're not traveling. Another thing, and I don't think you should be ashamed of doing this, is also having things that your kid can watch on your phone. I know a lot of people are like very anti-screen time, but I think a little bit of screen time is okay, not like unprecedented amount. Is that the right word?
No.
That was not the right word. Unlimited. That was what I was trying to say. Not like unlimited amounts of screen time, but I think that a little bit of screen time...
Exorbitant amount?
Yeah, there we go. I think a little bit of screen time is just fine. Bash was kind of losing it earlier, and so I just turned on Ratatouille on my phone, and I just let him watch it for a few minutes, and then he got bored, and so then we switched back to one of his toys. But I think it's totally fine. You just got to do what you got to do to make it through the road trip and keep your baby happy. Oh, actually, here's another thing. Along with that, play the freaking happy song. Download it on your phone. It's by Imogen Heap. Imogen. I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
I'm probably wrong with that too.
Yeah.
I've heard it. Imogen Heap.
Yeah. Either way, look that song up, download it, because that song is sorcery, is what it is. They did like a lot of research while writing the song, and it literally does make your baby happy and calm. So we have actually used that a lot this trip. This is the first time we've ever used it, but every time we turned it on, literally within 2 seconds of starting the song, he will go from screaming to just quiet and calm and content. So download that. You might have to listen to it for hours on end to keep your baby happy, but you do what you gotta do. Yes. Next thing would be, I'll just go along with that, white noise. Make sure to either have a portable white noise machine or have like a song or a playlist downloaded on your phone that you can just loop, so that when your baby is getting tired, when they're getting restless, if they're not going down on their own, you just have that extra little bit of white noise that will help them sleep. I'm a huge believer in white noise. Maybe you don't do that, maybe your baby doesn't like white noise, but Sebastian really likes white noise, so we always have our white noise machine and our white noise playlists downloaded on our phone, so that when needed, we can just blast that white noise and get him down to sleep.
Tip number 6, enjoy the views. Ship rock.
Tip number 7, bring a plastic bag or some sort of bag that you can tie up, excuse me, for dirty diapers. Most of the time we'll change Bash like at a gas station or when we stop for food or something, so there's somewhere for us to toss it. But there have been times with my last road trip when it was just me and Sebastian where I actually just had to pull over on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere and change his diaper. And I don't like the smell of the diapers, especially if they're poopy. Nobody likes the smell of diapers. It's not just me. Make sure you have those plastic bags so you can just kind of seal it off and have somewhere to dispose of the diaper. And then when you get to a gas station, when you get to a stop, just somewhere with a trash can, then you can dump all the trash and all the dirty diapers. These are the last 2 tips, and they kind of go hand in hand with each other. One, you will definitely need to take stops with your baby. Something that I learned, especially while traveling alone and even when traveling with Ruben, is it's nice to stop somewhere where you can get your baby out of the car seat and like sit down with them, put the car seat down, things like that. So like McDonald's, restaurants, gas stations like that are attached to a Subway, to a McDonald's, to a Denny's, gas stations that are also truck stops, things like that, where they have tables where you can kind of sit down and unwind. I think those are great because your baby does need to get out and stretch. Maybe your baby can, but my baby cannot sit in a car seat for 9+ hours without getting out, or only getting out to change his diaper. He needs to stretch his legs like any normal person needs to get out of the car and stretch their leg and just be a little more active and get a break. So he definitely needs that, and I've just found that it's so much easier to do that when you're stopped somewhere where you can easily unload. If you need to, you do what you gotta do, because we did.
Yeah, we've stopped at like the only gas station. We just like the small little thing. We walked around the aisle like 20 times.
So you do what you gotta do, but it's just easier if you have somewhere where you can unload. So we just stopped for lunch, we got him out of the car for a little bit, things like that. The tip that goes along with that is to stop for at least 30 minutes every couple of hours, so that your baby can get out of the car seat, they can stretch, they can be properly like stimulated so that they're not getting really restless and bored, and also not oversleeping or getting overtired, things like that. So those are all the tips that we have learned from our 2 road trips with Sebastian. If you guys have any more tips for road trips with baby, comment them down below. Let's help each other out, help each other make the trips easier. Okay. So the first game, most of these games I feel like came from super long road trips we did in the dance group that we did at BYU. The first game, do you want to start with the alphabet game?
Sure, let's see if you can actually do it.
Ouch! We played this game the other day in the car on the way here. I just can't get past G for some reason.
She never won.
I didn't even get close. Let me explain the game. So it's the alphabet game.
It already did it. It's the alphabet.
Okay, it's the alphabet game, but it's not the typical alphabet game where you like try and find letters of the alphabet on signs and stuff around you. It's like a memory game. So I'll start with A and I say a word, and then Ruben has to do A, B, and then I do ABC, and you just add a word of the next letter in the alphabet with every turn. You have to remember all the letters that come before you. Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
I can start.
Okay.
All
bar,
crate.
all bar, crate, demon,
All bar, crate, demon, egg, farce, grill, howdy, illness.
illness,
All bar, crate, demon, egg, farce, grill, howdy, jolly, illness. No!
I win! Oh my gosh, that's the first one I've ever won. So this next game is you both think of a random word, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and then you say the word at the same time, and then you're basically trying to get to saying the same word. So if you say dog, I say cat, then we're like trying to get to like something like pet or animal or like something like that. You're trying to think of what would the other person think, and you're trying to guess the same word. If that didn't make sense, hopefully we'll show you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, rock. We're leaving New Mexico. Sayonara, New Mexico. 1, 2, 3, range. 2, 3, Colorado. I have mine.
Okay, I have mine. I don't think it's gonna be what you're gonna say.
1, 2, 3, Rocky
Nebraska.
Mountains.
That's 2 words.
I mean, it counts.
You said Colorado, which is in the west. I said Appalachia, which is, in the east. So I thought, oh, let's meet in the middle, Nebraska.
That kind of makes sense.
See? Again, I don't think it's going to be what you're going to say.
1, 2, 3,
Ogallala.
Prairie and Ogallala. Okay,
We're getting there.
I think we're gonna get it. Okay, ready?
No, hold on.
First word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Cow.
cow. Yes. 1, 2, 3,
Grass.
nail. Okay. 1, 2, 3, lawnmower.
Can I explain myself again?
You were thinking nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and like coffin goes in the ground, grass grows from the ground.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3,
Dirt.
cemetery. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Grave.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching a little bit of our car trip games, and especially that you guys enjoyed some of these tips that we have from our experience road tripping. Don't forget to comment your tips and tricks for traveling with a baby, specifically road trips, in the comments down below, and we'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.